Manson, the leader of a drug and murder cult, ordered the brutal slayings of actress Sharon Tate and the others in her Los Angeles home. One of Manson's executioners at the time included Charles Tex Watson.
After about 2 weeks of taking these drugs and becoming just void of conscience, Manson said, hey, I want you to go out and kill these people, to go up to this place and kill everyone that is there. And he gave us the orders, the directions, even though we knew where we were going. He gave us all the directions of what to do after we got there and what not to do, and told the girls to write something witchy on the walls. And here I was, a naive Texas boy, without a conscience of really right and wrong, thinking that the world was going to come to the end tomorrow. And going on this journey over to this house to kill whoever was in the house, not knowing how many people were there, who they were, what they looked like, whether they were men, women, didn't know anything about this. Going to this house very reluctantly. My conscience hadn't completely dwindled down to nothing at that time, but it was very close to it, because I didn't have enough to say, hey, I'm not going to do this. Individuals, they meant nothing to me. I didn't know the people. I was so high on speed that I understood what I was doing, but...
Charles Tex Watson, the 20-year-old henchman of mass murderer Charles Manson. In 2 nights, Tex single-handedly snuffed out the lives of 7 people in what was the most heinous crime of the 20th century. And now, for the first time on national television, Tex Watson shares what happened the nights of the Tate LaBianca murders. The murders committed in August of 1969 by Charles Manson and his sick band of followers. What you may not realize about the murders is that the victims actually died at the hands of one man, not Charles Manson, but the man since called the executioner, 20-year-old Charles Tex Watson. And now, 21 years after the crimes, Charles Watson shares what really happened.
August 1969. America reeled from 2 nights of murder, 2 nights of helter-skelter. A young 21-year-old man, along with female accomplices, committed all 7 of the Tate LaBianca murders. Charles Watson.
The people at the time of the crimes were just blobs. They weren't individuals. They meant nothing to me. I didn't know the people. I was so high on speed that I understood what I was doing, but it just didn't make any difference anymore.
How does a boy from a good family in Texas end up killing 7 innocent people in Hollywood? Charles made 2 fatal mistakes. He got in with Charles Manson and his family and began taking large amounts of speed and hallucinogens. Did you believe Manson was Jesus Christ?
Yes, we did. We didn't know if he was Jesus Christ or the devil. We were very confused. We were very mixed up. We were living just for today. For tomorrow we die. We didn't know if there was even going to be a tomorrow.
Watson and the other family members saw no future for themselves because Manson told them not to. In fact, he invented an entire theology that combined elements from the Beatles' White Album and the Book of Revelation. He told his followers that the world was about to erupt in chaotic race wars, which he thought was prophesied in the Beatles' song Helter Skelter. The Hollywood murders were supposed to trigger the end, and then Manson and his followers would escape on dune buggies to a bottomless pit in the desert, a pit which, incidentally, in the Book of Revelation, stands for hell.
It didn't start out, hey, I want you to go out and murder these people. It didn't start out that way. It started out, I want you to do this, I want you to build this, I want you to do this, until we became under his control. And he did a lot of role-playing, and putting a chair in a circle and saying, you know, picture a person in that chair and how you would put fear into them if you were in their living room talking to them. So he prepared us for what was to come.
So by the time he issued his orders and his impatience to bring down the chaos, you realized he was serious.
I realized he was serious, yes. And even up to the moment, I mean, even up to a week before he asked us to go out and do the murders, there was another family member that had committed murder, and I could not believe it. I just could not believe what this guy had done. And I thought to myself, I said, hey, wow, how could he have done such a thing, you know? And here 2 weeks later, I was doing the same thing, only 7 times worse than he had done.